You look through it every day without noticing. It's in your windows, in your car windshield, on your phone screen, even in the glasses you wear. It protects us, connects us, and lets us see the world more clearly. But have you ever stopped to wonder, who invented glass? Where did this magical, transparent material come from? And how did it become one of the most important inventions in human history? The story of glass is thousands of years old, filled with accidents, discoveries, secrets guarded by empires, and innovations that changed civilization forever. And by the end of this story, you'll never look at glass the same way again. Let's start with the mystery. Historians still argue about exactly who invented glass, because the truth is, it may have been discovered by accident. The earliest pieces of man-made glass go back more than 4,000 years to ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt. According to legend, Phoenician traders were cooking on the beach when their fire got so hot that it fused sand with the ashes of their fire, creating a shiny, hard, translucent substance. Imagine being the first person in history to see sunlight sparkle through a material that had never existed before. It must have felt like magic. The earliest glass wasn't the clear, perfect sheets we know today. It was lumpy, cloudy, often greenish or brown. Ancient glass makers figured out how to melt sand with soda and lime at extremely high temperatures, then shape it into beads, jars, and ornaments. In Egypt, glass was considered so precious it was reserved for pharaohs and elites. It was a symbol of power and wealth. By 1500 BCE, Egyptians had mastered the art of making glass vessels by wrapping molten glass around clay cores, then breaking the clay out once it cooled. Imagine drinking from a glass cup when almost no one else on Earth had seen one. It was the cutting-edge luxury of its day. As time passed, the secrets of glass spread across the ancient world. Mesopotamians made small objects, Egyptians refined techniques, but it was the Romans who truly revolutionized glassmaking. Around the 1st century BCE, a groundbreaking invention changed everything: glass blowing. Instead of slowly shaping glass around molds, artisans began using hollow pipes to blow air into molten glass, expanding it like a bubble. This made glass production faster, cheaper, and more versatile. Suddenly, glass wasn't just for the elite, it spread to households, markets, and temples. Imagine walking through ancient Rome and seeing shops filled with glass cups, bowls, and windows. Glass had become part of everyday life, thanks to the creativity of Roman artisans. But glass was more than just a household item. It shaped how people saw the world, literally. The Romans experimented with flat glass panes, placing them in windows to let in light while blocking wind and rain. The idea of a window as we know it today was born. Later, in the Middle Ages, glassmaking became tied to spirituality and art. Cathedrals across Europe filled their walls with massive stained glass windows, turning sunlight into breathtaking colors. These windows weren't just decoration, they were storytelling devices. For a population that couldn't read, stained glass illustrated biblical stories in vivid reds, blues, and golds. Imagine walking into a medieval church and being bathed in colored light. It must have felt like stepping into another world. Meanwhile, glass was quietly advancing science. In the 13th century, Italian craftsmen in Venice developed clearer, purer glass than ever before. Their methods were so prized that the Venetian government forced glassmakers to live on the island of Murano, where their techniques could be guarded like state secrets. This Murano glass became famous worldwide for its quality and artistry. But the real breakthrough was when craftsmen began grinding and polishing glass into lenses. This gave birth to eyeglasses. For the first time, people who had lived in blurry worlds due to poor vision could see clearly. Eyeglasses extended lifespans, improved learning, and unlocked human potential in ways we still underestimate. Then came telescopes and microscopes, both made possible by glass lenses. Galileo's telescope revealed moons orbiting Jupiter and challenged the idea that Earth was the center of the universe. Microscopes opened up the hidden world of cells, bacteria, and life's smallest building blocks. Think about it. Without glass, we might never have discovered the solar system as it truly is, or the microscopic organisms that cause disease. The story of glass is not just about beauty, it's about knowledge, science, and discovery. During the Renaissance and into the modern age, glass became central to architecture. Clearer, larger panes of glass allowed buildings to be filled with light. Greenhouses enabled people to grow food in colder climates, sustaining populations through harsh winters. Later, skyscrapers would rise covered in glass that reflected the sky itself. Entire cities would glitter with towers of glass and steel. Glass became not only a material, but a symbol of progress and modernity. By the 19th and 20th centuries, glass took on even more roles. Factories produced glass on massive scales. Windows became standard in homes, cars, and trains. Glass bottles revolutionized storage and transportation of food and drink. Scientists discovered new ways to strengthen and temper glass, making it safer and more durable. In 1903, safety glass was invented by accident when a French chemist dropped a flask coated with plastic cellulose. Instead of shattering, it cracked but stayed intact. That discovery saved countless lives in car windshields and industrial settings. And then came one of the most transformative uses of glass in history: fiber optics. In the mid-20th century, researchers learned that strands of ultra-pure glass could transmit light signals over long distances. This technology became the backbone of the internet, carrying data across oceans at the speed of light. Every video call, every email, every piece of information you search online is possible because of glass. Think about that. The same material used for ancient beads now carries the world's knowledge through invisible threads beneath our feet. Today, glass is everywhere. It's in the skyscrapers that define our skylines, the solar panels that capture energy from the sun, the medical equipment that saves lives, and the phone screen you're probably watching this video on right now. Scientists are still pushing its limits, developing glass that bends, glass that heals itself when scratched, even glass so strong it rivals steel. From a mysterious accident on a beach thousands of years ago to the core of modern technology, glass has always been more than just a material. It's a window into human ingenuity. Now pause for a moment and think, how different would life be without glass? No windows to let in light, no eyeglasses to correct vision, no microscopes or telescopes to explore the universe, no fiber optics to connect our world. Glass is one of those silent inventions that holds up entire civilizations without asking for credit. It shapes our lives every day, and yet most of us never think about it. So here's my question for you. Now that you know the surprising story of glass, what other everyday invention do you want to uncover? The mirror, paper, electricity, or maybe the story of the chair you're sitting on right now? Leave your suggestion in the comments because your idea might become the next episode of Behind the Invention. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep discovering the hidden history of the objects that shape our world. Because behind every invention, there's a story, and those stories deserve to be told.